gosh, right, I think I might be live. I've had a bit of trouble with technology this morning. I can't see any chat, so I've obviously done something very badly wrong. So I'm just clicking around to see if I can bring that up. Let me just have a little look here. It's telling me that I'm not online now, so I'm doing something very, very wrong. Boring if you are actually watching. Ah, I've got a hello. Right, hello Kath. Yeah, I'm having real trouble here. I have to keep switching between screens. So hello Kath, I'm doing this as a live stream because I'm just rubbish at doing it any other way, and I've got a bit of a haul from this morning, so I thought I would show you. What I should show you first of all, and I'll move the camera for this, is my little find. Can I show you my little find? A granny trolley. Yes, £2 it cost me. So how could I say no? I had an armful of stuff and not enough hands. Oh, hello, we've moved. There we go. Is that better? Okay, so I'll start the haul and I'll flip back to the chat and see if anyone else is about, because you never know. Do let me know if the quality of this is rubbish, if you can hear me, if I've done anything really stupid. Right, first item today. This was my £2 venue that I go to, a big warehouse sale in a different town, so I have to drive all the way over there at breakneck speed to get there, but to get in there early is worth it. First things first, I picked up, and I don't know this brand, so hang on, there we go, Haynes and Bonner, excuse the nails, they need doing. This is a woman's shirt, but shirting is very much in at the moment, I'm seeing in style, and it looks very, very dull. Yes, those are stripes. But it's in a nice large size. It was an 18, so I thought for £2 I'm going to learn a bit more about that brand, and we're going to put stuff on the floor. There we go. Let me just click over to the chat and see if I've got anything. Hello. I'm a very small box in the corner. Oh, right. I don't like the idea of being a big box in the corner. I'm wondering if I do this, does that help? I'm really playing it. It's the first time I've ever done it. And thank you, Kath, for giving me the feedback. Do let me know if I'm now a less small box in the corner. There's no way to be viewing anything. Yes! Oh, thank God. Right, okay, Kath, I will continue. I'm going to do this without staring at myself in the screen, because that's very, very disconcerting. So my second buy for today, I love Joe Brown's. If I was considerably younger than I am now, I'd probably wear a lot more of it. But this little beauty, I love all this. It's got embroidery, it's colourful, it has a good quantity of black in, always appeals. And of course, there we go, it's Joe Brown's. I'm hoping you can see that. This was a good size, a 14. I often find these things in very tiny sizes, and there are many tiny people about, but they don't sell quite as quick. But Joe Brown's generally does quite well, and it was in nice condition. All £2. I'm just going to click back and see if this is working. There we go. Oh, you've got me looking a bit washed out there, but hey, never mind. Right, okay. I don't particularly like watching myself, you see. Not a hobby of mine. Now this has to be the biggest, craziest jumper ever. It's got the most extraordinary. It's a bit bobbly. But you know, when I saw this, I thought, this has either been homemade, lovingly. There's a little bit of colour on. There is a little bit of colour on it, but it's a big old thing, and it's not homemade at all. Right, here we have a brand, Habibi. I could wear that Joe Brown's. I probably might. It's pretty nearly my size. I'd love to wear it, Kath. I've noticed the colours run a bit on this, which is quite annoying. But it's so fabulous, and I couldn't leave it behind for £2. It's just ridiculous. It's got these amazing weird buttons. Very, very strange. So I thought I'll grab that for £2. And I do find that seasonality really, in my case, unless it's something like, oh, I don't know, skiing wear, doesn't tend to affect things. I've sold big jumpers and coats in our weather's not exactly warm at the moment. You know, we're supposed to be coming into summer. We've had we've had May Day, And that usually, you know, hallmarks the beginning of summer proper for me. But the weather's got other ideas. That card is something else, isn't it? It's real snuggly. Here we go. Now this is one of these see-through jobbies, sort of like cheesecloths. Do you remember cheesecloth? I do. This is very beachy, got a nice little detail of colours. And again, it's not a brand, it's got absolutely no branding in it at all, but I just thought how pretty as a beach cover-up. With that cardigan, I don't know what I'll price it as now that I've found that it's got runs in it. I could still get 20 quid for it at the very least, but I will research the brands. Like I say, I've just come back in, so I haven't even looked. Because what happens is I start logging what I've bought, and then I start doing drafts, and then I get listing and I put it away, and then you don't get to see. So I'm trying to change things up a bit and try this. Now there was a whole bunch of things, and a brand new. No, this definitely won't fit me. A brand new Jack Wills, nice halter neck, beautiful swimsuit, and it's brand new with its tags. Now this again, I think this was £2 as well. Lovely tag is. Not a big size though, but then with a halter neck, I think a big size isn't really going to work because it's not going to hold the breastage in place, really, is it? Yeah, UK 8. So there we go, little Jack Wills going on there. So that's rather fun and brand new. I do occasionally buy second-hand swimming stuff if it's a good brand. If it's something like Speedo or one of those brands, I tend to buy it if it's in good condition. And if it's got lots of ruching, or it sort of covers everything up, and it's one of those things that are very hard to find when you want one, I will as well if it's in good condition. But brand new heavens above, no, swimwear is always a good thing, a very good thing. Here we go, this wonderful, yes, it's a jumper, but it's a cotton one, and this brand I've had a little success with. I think Mrs. M. Caroline has also had success with it. They do jackets and Orvis. It's a slightly older brand perhaps, but it would go well. I might get £15 for that, who knows, it's got nothing wrong with it. I'm going to be digging here, digging to the bottom of my pile. I do pick up comforters. Carla also picks up comforters. I've watched Carla's channel and she's absolutely brilliant. And I do have them. I find they go kind of slowly, but you can get decent money, and they just sit, not taking up too much room, in the corner of my extensive stockroom. I want to look this brand up. I've got a feeling I've heard about it. You know how you just suddenly find it? It says Baby Gund. Cuddly Pals, Bundles, Dreamin'. And if something's got like a number on it, I kind of think, well, you know, when they've got numbers on their bums, it might be special and it might be discontinued, and somebody might be looking for exactly that one because their little one has dropped it on the way to the shops. So I always pick up comforters because they're easy, pretty easy to post as well, I have to say. Now I'm a sucker for a white linen shirt, admittedly. I don't know why I always seem to end up wearing white the night I'm doing spaghetti bolognese, but anyway, I love a white shirt. They don't last long with me, but this was a rather lovely one. This was a man's, and it's Marks and Spencer's, but it's linen. And I think a linen shirt for a chap is always going to go down well, and unusually for a white shirt, this appears to be free of stains. I always find when I'm buying shirts, however much of a hurry I'm in, I'll always check what the cuffs are like, that all the buttons are present, and particularly anything around the collar, because any nasties around the collar, sometimes a good old soak in the Poundland's Oxy Vanish 10 stuff will do the trick. This is also a lovely big size, it's a large. And my husband would probably wear it, but he won't, because he wears what he wants, so, and that's not his style. And I think I only paid £1 for this, and I saw this name. Ugh. Needs a clean up. Don't know what that was. Anyway, Collier Campbell. Rings a bell. I think that's the fabric designers. Someone obviously went to Item Note, fairly local to me. So, and it's just beautiful. It's got lovely floral inside, little birdie designs. And it's one of those kind of summer, sometimes people leave things in pockets. Not today though. Oh, hang on. 20p. I'm in profit, 20p. Hello, Beauty Glam Angel. Hello. I've watched Margaret Collier, Texas Gal Treasures. She does live streams, and you know, I think she struggles with the tech a bit like I do, and live streams seem to work quite well. And it's so nice to be able to chat to people while you're working. So sociable. Anyway, so I'm hoping that this little bag will probably go for, I don't know, maybe £15 if I'm lucky. But it has got a little mark there, but that's something sticky and fresh, so whatever it is, I should better get it off. Put that over there for attention. Good job I didn't touch that and then touch my linen, because that would have meant washing. And I don't tend to wash the clothes that I buy unless there's a need, there's a particular stain or something that the glory that is baby wet wipes won't deal with. I'm not one for ironing and washing. Believe me, housework is not my style. So I try and avoid it whenever I can. Beauty, Glam Angel and Kath Palmer know each other. That's lovely. Fantastic. Now, I guess we've all heard about kitten heels being back in. So when I see a kitten heel, especially one that's in as good a nick as this, I will grab it. The brand I'm not sure of. I don't recognise this brand, SC, but these are kind of a satiny design, and they actually look like they've been, if they've been worn at all, they've been worn indoors. They are absolutely beautiful, and surprisingly, they are a size 6. I thought they looked tiny. Because tiny sizes, I actually do alright with tiny sizes. There are people out there with small feet who have real trouble getting hold of little sizes, and who tend to order on the internet. But these are actually a 6. That's a kitten heel pretty much. That's just about as high as a kitten heel will go. Then you're into a stiletto round. They're not the sort of shoes I can wear. Me and a kitten heel do not see eye to eye. I remember them the last time round and they killed my feet. But they're back in, so there we go. And for something a little more comfortable and definitely uglier, I can show you these. Oh yes, Kath, I am in the UK. I'm in the south of England, in sunny, well not very sunny Kent, cloudy Kent, I think it shall be known. These are Clarks, that's the reason I picked them up. They're Clarks, it says on the bottom, there we go. Fantastic. So yeah, these are a size 8 as well, which is a very common size actually. People's feet are getting a little bigger. They've got this nice comfortable soft doings around the ankle, and they really look again like they haven't been worn. They've been worn a couple of times. Someone's gone, yeah, not for me. Probably do a little polish up. I do quite enjoy polishing shoes and getting them all nice again. There's a certain satisfaction in it, but they've been very rarely worn. I don't know if they're a men's or a woman's, to be fair. No. That's where that came from. Need to clean up. Right, we'll pop those somewhere. Somebody's got, I think it's like an oily thing in it. That will soon come off. I'm not one to be deterred by the odd mark. And the last pair of shoes, these were all £2, by the way. Ooh, Carlisle, Cumbria. That's a long way up north. I don't think I've ever been up there. Maybe the sun's shining for you, because it certainly isn't down here. Right, I'm going to take the old stickers out of these, because sometimes they leave them in, and that's very confusing. I thought these were rather nice. Ooh, hello. Sorry, I went there. Don't know what was going on. There, let's go back to where we were. There, got you again. Okay, these were rather nice. They are black. They look a bit bluey in this light. I think it's just because it's a bit washed out. But they're phase 8. Oh, and look what I've just seen. They were £99 to start with. A 40, which is a 7. They have been worn. Tiny bit of scuffing at the back of the heel. But they're lovely. They're absolutely beautiful. They're sort of like a brogue style. Oh, there we go. Sort of like a brogue style. So I thought for £2 I can't really say no to those. And a 40 is a 7, which is a good size. Over that out of the way. Over I go. Right. Gosh, I'm looking very black today. I hadn't realised I'd gone completely black. Okay. I am having a little bit of a line in picking up linen trousers and the ilk. I'm doing well with them. I think it's because the wide leg trouser seems to be coming back in again. Particularly with summer coming, I've gone for these in linen type easy wear. This is a company called Pomodoro. Now I'm not sure whether they're any good or not. There was something about that name that rang a bell. I'll have to research. Excuse me, it's just my phone. But even if they're not, they're very long. They're in a size 14, very long. They'd fit me. Except I can't bear loose leg trousers. I cannot do it. I just look like I'm wearing a bin liner. Someone once told me I look like a tube of toothpaste. I thought, well, that's not fair. I need things with a waist and sort of... Anyway, so they were rather good. I should be able to get £15 for them. And if that brand is good, maybe a little more. Oh, here we go, Mad Blogger time. Yeah, I will pick up a Mad Blogger blouse because I've had a great deal of success with these sorts of things. It's geometric, which is not quite the moment, but it is silk. And it's got a sort of a... I don't know if I can show you this, but difficult to see. It's got a kind of a jacquard, which is where there's a woven pattern within the silk itself. I'm a bit of a silk aficionado because I collect vintage scarves, so I know all the keywords for that. But it's rather lovely, and it's I think I know this brand. Again, I'm taking a bit of a punt, but for £2 I don't mind. Patra, and it says XXL, but it isn't that big. I wouldn't have said, I'll measure it up, but I would have said it's probably a 16. And if it's kind of, I put it as a blogger blouse, people tend to wear them not done up and just over the top of things. Go rather well with denim, I think that would. So there we go, certainly need an iron. Right, we're delving down. Gosh, doing quite well here. Here we go, another pair of wide leg trousers. And there we go. These have a little stripe in them. They're not quite beige. I'm tending to keep clear of beige because it's not a very fashionable colour at the moment. Rather nice pocket detail. And they are linen, and they are, of course, white stuff. It's a bit difficult to read that one. White stuff, I have lots of different labels. I think this might be a slightly older style label, because quite often they have a little, it sort of hangs down, a little tag with pink writing on. But this is 100% linen. They're not too low a rise, because a lot of people don't want low rise. I personally can't bear low rise, mainly because I'm high-waisted anyway, and the last thing I want is a builder's bum and I've got a pair of trousers on. It's not a good look. So, they were rather lovely. Well, what are we looking at, 15? We'll see, they're a size 12. So quite a good one. But I'm always drawn to things that are colourful, in spite of the fact I tend to favour the darker colours. If I see something bright and colourful, I will grab it. And this, of course, I couldn't ignore. Have I got it the right way round? Come on, Heather. There we go. It's quite loud. It's got some lovely pocketses, and a skirt with pocketses is always a good thing. I can't bear it when I think women don't need pockets. Just ridiculous. Of course we need pockets. We carry far more stuff on us than we need. Now, I could fiddle with those buttons, but I'm not doing very well there. Little button feature at the front. And, of course, it's fat face. I love fat face. I think it's amazing. You know, fat face has been going a long, long time, but especially their prints. Their colours are so good, and the quality and the way things are stitched. I mean, look at this. It's a fairly simple skirt. It's got this lovely colour going on the inside. Everything is double stitched, lined, just made well. Good quality stuff. And always popular, especially with holiday season coming up. It's a bit surfer, it's a bit hippie, it's a bit relaxed. Moving on. Glorious day up there, Kath. Well, you're very lucky, because I feel like I haven't seen the sun forever, and I'm getting really bored with being cold and damp. I don't do damp. I don't like getting wet at all, really, unless it's entirely of my choosing. But particularly not when I'm shopping, when I've got things to do. Okay, here we go. Stripes time. This brand new with tags, phase 8. It's got a belt with it, thankfully. Oftentimes you'll find if you're buying something that the belt's missing, and that can be quite annoying. But this has got its little spare buttons with it. It was originally £69, reduced to £34.50. Chevron Cindy tunic in a 14. Not really my style, but you know, it's a nice lightweight jersey, and of course there we go, the Phase 8 label. I don't like everything Phase 8 do, but I do find that they're one of those brands, a bit like Bowden, that have a following. So ladies who lunch will very much like Phase 8. It's not really at the forefront of fashion, but it's good quality stuff. Things I always pick up. This may not be for now, although I'll list it because I've got the next level up in shop, so I've got a lot of listings and I'm nowhere near. I'm heading up towards 700 listings at the moment. Boy, is it taking some effort, but I'd like to sell more. Here we go. It's a very long maxi skirt. Maxi skirts, well, I love them, and they hide a multitude of sins, and I think a lot of people do. This is in a sort of a slightly bobbly, may need a bit of treatment, sort of slightly checky kind of look, and it's per Una. Per Una maxi skirts have a following. It's a size 12. I find their cut is pretty generous actually. Marks and Spencer's. They tend to allow for the fact that people have hips as well as and waists. Not an unusual feature in a woman, but some shops you'd think, yeah. So they always go quite well. I haven't really been giving you prices on these. And what I will do is I will look at what's sold. I will look at the highest price that's gone, try and find the same design. I will look at mid-range, see how fast things have gone. And I kind of make a decision based on that. It's partly instinct, partly stick a finger up in the air. It's research. It's the only thing for it, really. Thank you, Beauty Glow Angel. Yes, I was quite chuffed with this little lot this morning. But you see, the thing is, this warehouse is in the slap bang in the middle of quite a wealthy bit of Kent. It's quite famous, it's quite well known, and there's people with lots of money there, so they get some good stuff. But the actual charity shop that's around the corner, I mean, this is the kind of place that will put £5 on a Primani top. It's like, it didn't cost that to buy, but I don't think they know. They don't understand that atmosphere equals Primark, or they don't. Their brand awareness isn't that good. They certainly know when they've got a good brand because they'll really whack a price on it. So I think, oh, I'll see that in a few weeks round at the warehouse because it won't sell for £12 or whatever they're trying to get for it. So let's get rid of that here. This is another nice one. I think you've heard about this brand before, but I like the design on it. I thought it's colourful. It's a nice petrol blue. It's stretchy. It's a size 10. Unfortunately, bigger sizes are better, but there we go. And this is that brand East. I think you'll have heard several of us talking about the brand East. Again, it has a following. This has a rather nice kind of slightly asymmetric neckline, and anyone who follows fashion will know asymmetric anything is doing quite well. So I don't see that hanging around for too long. It's got to be 15 quid worth. Nice quality thing. Oh, we've got to the bottom very nearly. Heavens above. Ta-da! A swimmy suit. Now I picked this one up because I find that when you get these kind of patterns, they kind of break up the line of the body for someone who's not wishing to sort of reveal everything. It has ruching as well, which is nice around the waist area. That's also very kind and forgiving. This one I think was a Marks and Spencer's, but it looked in such good condition, and it's a 14. I thought, you know what, I think someone will want that as a backup swimsuit, maybe a plan B. It does look hardly worn. I always check with swimsuits, obviously one has a little look inside, and around the bum, because when you're sitting on the beach or by a pool, hello, yes, you'll find that you get sort of puddles and bobbles, and no one's going to want a swimsuit with that on. So that's really what to check for if you're going to look at swimwear. Yeah, I mean, our charity shops are pretty pricey around here. I just kind of try and go for the brands that go a little under the radar, the more unusual things. I look for bric-a-brac and stuff that isn't obvious. They know the obvious stuff. People are quite clued up. And you'll know when they've got someone in the charity shop who's got an interest in, I don't know, computer games or vintage games, because all of a sudden stuff will appear with massive prices on it. And I know a lot of the ladies in the charity shops now, because we've got a lot here, and I'll say to them, gosh, I like the look of that game, it's quite expensive. She go, oh yes, well that was the manager thought, I don't think we'll sell it at that price. So there we go, we just wait and hope. Here we go, this is what I'm saying about Speedo. This is not brand new, but a Speedo with these high necks. They're much more suited for people doing serious swimming, because of course this will keep your breastage all in, and nothing's going to escape. And of course Speedo are known for being hard wearing. This does need a little wash though, but I thought it's worth it for £1. These high neck styles, apart from being quite modest, which is always a good thing, just means you can actually swim seriously without fear of parts of your anatomy escaping whilst that's occurring. Right, that's the bottom of that barrel. I have a passion for bric-a-brac. I really want to get more. The clothes I adore, and I love doing it, and I love finding things, but I've got a real passion for just unusual antiques and stuff, and it's an area that I'm learning more about. Jewellery and antiques. It's quite a busy market and there's a lot of people, but I found this beautiful thing. I have always loved studio pottery. My grandmother was a potter, and this is something about when the pot's hand thrown, and I think that pottery programme, The Great Throwdown, also answered a lot for the popularity of these things. Now this has got no chips, it's got this wonderful drip glaze on it, it's super shiny, beautiful colours. I've got to look into the writing on the bottom, because obviously if it's got a TK Maxx sticker on the bottom of it, it might be nice, but it's not going to be old. This says something I can't even begin to decipher, but you know, there's lots of forums that help us resellers, and I may be able to get some input there, but I'd have that happily knocking around my house anyway. And that cost me £2. It's got to be worth a tenner in anyone's money, and maybe more if I research it properly. And I just felt something for this. It looks so old. I know it's got a chip, but it's been made out of like a red clay. No, not red clay. It's not red clay. There's on the bottom. You can see the colour. But there's something about this design that says it's either very old or it's a copy. It's been hand drawn on. That has texture. I just thought, how beautiful. It's just beautiful. And there it was, sat on the shelf, priced at £1.50. Yeah, I love learning and finding out about these things. As the wonderful Mrs. M has said on her latest thing, you're never too old to learn new stuff. And I believe that Edelweiss flowers, yes, yes, that might be a clue, because it says nothing on the bottom apart from a pencil mark that says 480, and a couple of other vague pencil marks there. So yes, they could be Edelweiss, and they're like forget-me-nots, and I think these are what's known as the Scarlet Pimpernel. So they're all kind of flowers you'd find in a field, in open space. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to have to go and do some research. I have a few bits of this kind of sort of thing hanging about the place that I keep thinking, I want to move more into that area because I love it. Can't help myself, but I'm not in a big house, and the amount of bric-a-brac I really should have, I'm sure I've got more than I need. So yes, looking back through the chat here, yeah, Clark's shoes do well. I will pick up Clark's anytime, especially if they're new. Another really good brand, I just sold some off, it's called Riker, R-E-I-K-E-R. Lisa, hello! Oh, it's just so nice being live. I prefer this to making videos. They're terribly serious. Hello Lisa, yes, lovely to see you. Afternoon. Welcome to the chat. This is so cool. First one I've ever done, so I may keep on going with this format if I can manage to do it. Hope all sales are going well with you, Lisa. I found April to be up and down, to say the least. I'd have a day when I sold £200 worth of stuff, and then I'd have a day when I sold absolutely sweet Fanny Adams, really. There's no rhyme or reason to what appears to sell. Every now and again my screen goes into that screen, there we go, goes into screensaver mode, and I lose you all. It all goes completely black. Never mind. So yeah, it's been interesting to do it this way. I just love finding things. I don't know about you lot, there's nothing I love better than seeing a charity shop and thinking, right, I'm going to have a nose. Oh, Lisa, you've been busy. Busy sewing little girls' summer dresses. Ah, someone with a talent. Interesting. Yes. Wow, I bet they go well as well. little girls' summer dresses. I don't do much in the way of kids' clothing. I used to sell bundles of my son's stuff, and it's one of the ways I kind of got into all of this, was selling bundles of kids' clothes and finding bundles for him, because he grew at a ridiculous rate when he was small. So I was forever having to get the next size up of things and get a batch of them, because I always found that everything that was made for boys seemed to be in blue or brown or icky colour, beigey kind of colour. And I don't know, I just kind of don't want to dress a kid in an icky blue, and you get bored of it, don't you really? So I'd stick him in red or black or anything bright, because it was just made to change. Oh, Charlotte, you saw the cat plates in Tunbridge. You saw them and didn't buy them. Oh, yeah, I mean, I just spot them and then buy them. Well, Charlotte, I probably will bump into you at some point. I'm fairly easy to spot, mooching around the charity shops. I don't go around as often as I should, but Tunbridge ones can be expensive. And I've got ones I like, and I've had some splendid finds, but I can spend a fortune. So Lisa's got the design bug. Brilliant. Wow. Okay, I am not a seamstress. I can hand sew anything. I can fix buttons and, sort of invisible men things. I'm quite good at that. But I have a sewing machine, but I'm just a bit of a klutz when it comes to sewing stuff up. It's not really my bag. I'm quite creative in a lot of ways. I can improvise anything. But Charlotte, keep looking out for me. I am usually about. Sometime during the day you'll see me bimbling around the shops, and in fact I don't know if I dare take this granny trolley out around the shops in Tunbridge. It's too big, but I got it really to do the boot fairs, because you'll probably know, Charlotte, of the Mabledon boot fair just up the road from us. I don't get there very often because I tend to buy far too much, but there's also now one in Stocks Green that alternates with the Mabledon farm one, so and that's up in Hildenborough, so I may go along there as well. Yeah, I may see you around there in the mornings. Well, you know what I look like, even though I don't know. I can't see I can't see what you look like, so you'll just have to tap me on the shoulder or something. And I leave an awful lot of stuff as well, Paddockwood Boot Fair, I've been along there a couple of times, and sometimes there's good stuff, but it's a bit of a trek, and I don't always make it. But I should go along more often. Oh no. 2 gansies? What's a gansey? I got 2 gansies, so it's got 2 gansies in an auction lot, but they have little holes in. I was really gutted. Oh, what's a gansey? I'd be interested to know. Yes, it's on tomorrow. Paddockwood. I should go, but I've got lots of things I should be doing, like listing and photographing, and I love sourcing, but I have to really motivate myself to crack on. But I've been doing quite well lately, so I might treat myself and go up there tomorrow. Ganses, I'd love to know what they are. But anything that has tiny holes in is just so annoying, and I do check things, but when you're out and about and you've got armfuls of stuff, you can't always see everything. You just can't see everything. And I got things home, and I've looked at them and then suddenly realised that something had a hole in the back. But overall, I think, generally it's win-win. Oh, shame, Lisa. Yeah, that is a shame, because I think you've got to feel quite strong to get out there and buy stuff, and all that stuff with going parcelling up and finding things. I had something I couldn't find the other day, it nearly gave me a heart attack. I'm quite good and organised, and I have pretty much of a photographic memory for where things are, but every now and again something you knew where it was isn't there, and that is so annoying. So yes, that happens, but in the great balance I think it works out right. Yeah, selling stuff that your daughter's getting rid of is a good way to get rid of things. I get lots of people asking me to sell stuff for them, and I've done it very occasionally. I did some furniture for a friend, but it's a lot of hassle for not much. Oh yeah, girls' baby clothes, because they're all so cute, aren't they? I had a boy, so missed that one. I still look at them occasionally and go, oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know why they don't sell much there, but maybe something like Facebook, local Facebook marketplace, or something like that, where someone can come along and literally take the whole bag off you might work better. Or Gumtree, of course. I've sold big things on Gumtree, like furniture. Yeah, little girls seem to have far too many clothes. I have great trouble kind of telling my son, you cannot wear that t-shirt anymore, it's far too small and it's falling apart. He had a t-shirt he loved so much, he had one of these sort of Wookiees on it from Star Wars, and he'd worn the thing out, he'd stretch it so much. So what I had to do was I actually had to cut out said Wookiee and then applique it onto a much bigger t-shirt so that he now still wears it, because it is completely cool. But what do you do really, kids? He doesn't mind me finding him things from the charity shop because I know what he likes, and he's got quite an interesting style, if you can call it that, for a 10-year-old. He's got quite a dark sense of humour, and he quite likes things with wolves on or skulls on, and it's my fault really, I suppose, but he loves all that sort of thing. God knows what he's going to be like as a teenager. If any of you have got teenagers out there, you have my every sympathy, and I could use some hints and tips, because even when they're 10 they start showing you what they're going to be like. But you kind of think, I know what you're going to be like as a teenager, and it's going to be grunting, I feel. 11, well there you go. Mine's 10 going on about 15 though, I don't know quite what happened there. Perhaps it's being an only child, I don't know. He's very philosophical and it's lovely, but it's very baffling, very baffling. Oh dear, yes, an 11-year-old, wow. Well, if anyone has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I realise I've shown you what I got today, and there's a whole bunch of stuff next door, but maybe I'll save that for another day and do another live haul. They might be at the same school. Yes, they may very well be at the same school. Mine's at a very small school, though, it has to be said. But he's not leaving this year, he's leaving the following year, because he's the oldest 10-year-old, to get my drift, so he's got all the 11 plus and that to come, so deep joy. Should be fine. We hope. But yeah, like being around here because it's good school, so I'm very happy wherever he decides to go. So I shall, oh hello, great. How long have you been reselling, and what's been your best sale? Officially reselling, I suppose, in proper format for maybe 2 years now. I would say it's about 2 years. My best sales, I think I've probably said this on someone else's videos, but I've had some amazing sales. I picked up from a local charity shop, and it was just sitting there in all its glory, was a big black, like a doctor's style Gladstone bag, big huge black shiny gorgeousness, and it had the label Bally on the top of it, and I was like, God, that's amazing, without trying to look overexcited in the charity shop. And it had a ticket price of £10 on it. I grabbed it. I grabbed that as fast as anybody. They don't like having big things in that shop, so they just stick it at the end, and then, if you're lucky, I think I sold that for nearly £300. Yes, I had to post it, which was quite something because it's very large. But I was as happy as anything. Bags and suitcases I can do okay with. Big leather suitcase that I picked up from the same shop. Again, I think it cost me £10–12, and it went for 100 and something, because it was a pigskin leather. It wasn't anything gorgeous, but they sell well. Oh, and carpet bags. There's a company called Carpet Bags of Norfolk, and I've had their bags before, which is why I knew about them. And they're just lovely. They're like a carpet match, with nice clasps on. Some of them are Gladstone, some of them are zippy ones. And I realised they come in big sizes, because my neighbour had a big one. I thought, wow, that's amazing. And I found some on eBay. Someone was selling 3 sets, 3 big bags, or 2 really big bags and a smaller, more weekender bag. And I won these on eBay for about 60 quid. Anyway, the biggest bag went for £300. The next size down went for nearly £300, and the smaller bag went for about 120. I was quite happy with that, and that paid for my holiday last year. So I was deeply happy with that. So yeah, some good things I've had. I've also had some fails, as we all have. Good ones. Right, Sons at Hadlow. The secondary school. Yes, very good place that. Wow, okay, Lisa. Yes, somewhat older children and grandchildren. How amazing. Thank you. Fake Rachel. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, it just seems so much easier than mucking about with. Oh, I'm just not so good with everything else and the editing. So yeah, I thought I'd take a leaf out of Margaret Text to Scale Treasures and just do one, because it's so nice to chat to people. So I hope things are going well with you, Rachel. I love your videos and watch them all the time. And I just think it's so nice when you get people that are doing it as a couple, and you can see what the fella goes for is kind of a different kind of headset to where the lady of the group goes. And whatever the partnerships are, everyone has their own specialist areas and things they love doing. For me, it's just me doing it. My husband doesn't partake, so I am on my own. But, you know, I'm pretty self-sufficient, so I don't mind. But it's so interesting to see. Nick, hello. Have you got nothing better to do on a Friday lunchtime? Well, this makes a change. It's normally me watching your live streams. So there we go. Yes, we've all got nothing better to do. I'd like to say a bit of a haul. I've said, Nick, I've got my granny trolley. I bought one, a proper four-wheeler with loads of space so that I don't give myself backache at boot fairs. I'm a bit embarrassed to be seen with it out in the town, but I'll take it to a boot fair any day. Oh, thank you, Nick. Great to sub. Reseller Guru's virtual gathering. Well, yes, we've got Nick and Andrew in the house. And Fake. That's really, really cool. I consider myself somewhat newer. That's a nice crowd. Yeah, Granny Trolley Club. I'm half tempted to try and get some fabric paints and just spray it up and make it look absolutely bloody ridiculous. You know, I want it in black and silver with a bit of an edge to it. It would make me smile anyway. Oh dear, this is so cool. Glad I did this. I just thought, if I don't do a whole video, the minute I come in with it, I'm not going to get it out there. Yeah. Yes, Faye, you do need to get a granny trolley, because my back, and I say this as someone of senior years, or getting there anyway, my back's been protesting because those big IKEA bags lumping about. Twisting and lifting is the worst thing you can do. And I do it all the time in my stockroom, when I'm outsourcing, and I now need to stop. Pimp my trolley. I could do a live video on how to sort of, yeah. Amazing. Cost me £2 though. I was quite happy with that. You put Christmas lights on it. Wow, yeah, that'd be one for the festive season when it sticks some Christmas lights on. Yeah, I think my son would be quite embarrassed to be seen with me, really, but he's getting to that age. He's getting to that age where he's embarrassed to be seen with me anyway. But I just say to him, get used to it, because I'm not changing. I'm old anyway, and I don't care. Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. A 6'3" urban lad with a granny trolley. Yeah, my husband would be the same. I mean, not that he's an urban lad, but he's 6'4", so he would find this quite annoying. Yeah. It's the IKEA bags. They're brilliant and they're strong, but my God, those straps dig in after a while. It's the shoulders. Just really does feel. Caroline, hello, Mrs. M. Welcome to my first ever live stream. We've got a horde of reselling gurus in here, so I'm delighted to have such fun. Have such a nice crowd in. This is so much easier than trying to do properly edited and professional videos, at which I've failed. So yeah, lovely to see you, Caroline. I very much enjoyed your YouTubing over 40. In my case it's YouTubing over 50, but hey, what the heck. You get past 50, you stop caring, really. Oh dear. So lots of chat going on. That's absolutely brilliant. I'm so going to get to the stage of showing my jewellery haul at some point. I have been collecting things. I've been very, very inspired by Text to Scale Treasures, the wonderful Margaret. And I've started finding all sorts of bits and pieces. I found some real pearls in a charity shop for £3. They were real. I now know what real pearls feel like. Yes. Oh, Lisa, it's okay. Once you get past that big 50, you just think, well, you might as well enjoy it, because the next one's 60. So, you know, crack on, rock and roll. And as I've always said, my full intention has always been to grow old quite disgracefully, and I'm working on that. In fact, I must colour my hair, because I can see my lovely white stripe, and I have a white stripe. That is, I have a stripe here and 2 stripes here. And when it's white enough, I'm going to let it grow so that I just look like some mad cat lady. But it's not quite white enough yet, but it's getting there. Maybe on my 60th birthday I'll do that. Yes, flipping tat. I do like flipping tat. Yeah, normal isn't usually a word I use to describe myself either. But hey, it's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. I like my kind of normal. Yeah, I think we're slightly outside of the mainstream, really. I think reselling tends to draw that kind of person who is of a more libertarian, independent bent, I would say. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's hilarious. Sorry, I keep reading the chat here. It's kind of, hello, Betty Redmond here. But that says Denise Connolly, so now I'm very confused. So is that Denise or is that Betty? Oh, I just got that over. Nice to see you anyway. Welcome. Yes, jewellery. I love jewellery. I started off collecting scarves. I have a considerable scarving collection of about 600 pieces, some of which I'm hanging on to because they're basically going to be Alex's, my son's, university fund. They're going to fund him through uni. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye out for jewellery just because I'm a magpie. I'm a Taurian, much like Margaret, and my eye just is drawn to certain colours, textures, combinations. So you know, I intend to get much better at it. And costume jewellery is an amazing thing. The irony is, oh, Betty is your alias. Okay, Betty. Denise. Hey. Oh dear, wonderful. Yeah, so I love jewellery, but the funny thing is, the ironic thing is, I cannot wear costume jewellery because I'm actually allergic to anything that is not gold or silver. And I don't mean allergic as in too snobbish to wear it, no, but allergic as in it makes me come out in a rash. I wear quite a bit of jewellery, obviously, but it's silver and a bit of gold. But yeah, and no rings because my fingers swell up, which is deeply annoying, but because I love them. So I collect them and look at them lovingly, and yeah, don't actually wear them myself. Oh, that's nice. Beauty Glam Angel there. Yeah. Well, you know, we've all changed. Well, we can all change our lives. You know, we're the only ones that can do it, and I'm glad that the reselling community has been of help because it certainly made me realise I wasn't the only one, which was quite reassuring at the time. Yeah, it's nice to know. It's nice to help, and that's the point of the community as well. It's one of the reasons that we go public, I think, is that it's so much, you do stuff on your own all the time, and I'm deeply self-sufficient in that way, but it's been so nice to have some work colleagues, people I can talk to about this stuff, because, you know, a lot of the family and a certain number of friends just think I'm completely mad. They don't think I'm quite so mad now that they realise I'm actually making a living. But there you go. Yeah, you can't really bang on about, ooh, I found a lovely phase 8 dress the other day, to someone who's really not bothered about clothes. So, yeah. Oh, it's lovely. Wow. Oh, yeah. Mad as a box of frogs. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are. A box of very highly coloured and crazy frogs, I think. So, yeah, definitely. Definitely like that. We're all in good company. Yes. Gosh, we've been going 48 minutes. God, that just shows how much I can jabber on. Dear God. Someone will have to tell me to shut up. It's just nice, sort of funny talking and then seeing people reply to you in writing. Yeah, it takes some getting used to. Yeah, it's really good. So, as we're coming up to 50 minutes, which is quite something, it is nice to chat, that's true. If anyone's got any questions, I'll be delighted to answer. If not, I'd probably consider drawing this one to a close, and I will do it again, because it's fun. I'll probably go for Friday lunchtimes as well, because that suits me quite well. I miss a lot of the evening live chats because I'm sorting out people's dinners and homework and the chaos that ensues when I've got other people in the house. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely, Denise. Yeah, a little lifeline. It's always a good thing. There's timed out again. Oh, there you're back. Yes, we can all connect with each other, because that's what all this social media is for, and it's been a real eye-opener for me to discover it, because I never really engaged much with social media before. I always find Facebook a bit, I don't know, a bit dull, shall we say, and a bit of a time stealer. Can I start again? No. No. I think it puts it up there for perusal later on, doesn't it? Other people can have a look if they want. But I'll certainly do this again, and I'll save my hauls up and then put them on. Oh, apologies going on there. No need. What's happened? Yeah, I'll probably find a way to actually advertise that I'm going to do it. Right. Yes, that's a nice chat there. So, I'm in need of another brew. Yes, this particular witch is thirsty and needs a cup of tea. Yeah, get that dry mouth thing going on there. Thank you. Yes, do rewatch later, and I hope to entertain you most fully. Hopefully I will see you again soon. So I'm going to say tatty bye for now. Work out how to switch this off, which is always a slightly awkward moment, I gather. And see you all next week, if not before. Tatty bye. Bye bye now. Wow. Okay. Did it. I did it. Yay! I did it. It's not live now. What weird hang up button? Oh god, now. What red hang up button? I haven't got one. Oops. Oh god. Something's gone horribly wrong.